President Muhammadu Buhari mourns Queen Elizabeth II as she dies at 96. Nigerian military denies involvement in alleged oil theft. 3 children killed as building collapses in Jigawa State. On the foreign scene, King Charles III says Queen Elizabeth's death will be felt by countless people worldwide. In sports, Samuel Chukwueze scores and bags assist in Villarreal's win against Lech Poznan. Good afternoon. This is the live news update on Human Rights Radio and Television. I am Harirat Ismaila. Details of this and many more shortly. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed sadness over the death of Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. The president, in a statement issued on Thursday night by his spokesman Garba Shehu, commiserated with the royal family, the people of the United Kingdom, and the entire Commonwealth over the demise of the monarch. He stated that the story of modern Nigeria will never be complete without a chapter on Queen Elizabeth II, a towering global personality and an outstanding leader whom he said dedicated her life to making her nation, the Commonwealth, and the entire world a better place. President Buhari also congratulated King Charles III on his ascension on the throne in line with tradition and also prayed that his reign will witness the continuing robust and sisterly relations between both nations. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boss Mustafa, has reiterated the federal government's commitments to the improvement of the welfare of Nigerians. The SGF, who made this known on Thursday at the 2023 Population and Housing Census Breakfast Meeting with partners in Abuja, where he was represented by the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination, Habiba Mudalawal, noted that the commitment has been shown through formulation and implementation of landmark projects in education, health, economy, infrastructure, and social investment drive. He explained that the country's policies and programs are driven by the strong conviction that Nigerians are the greatest assets in the development process. Mustafa described the April 2023 census as a historic moment for the nation that embodies national aspirations and commitments to take the nation to the highest pedestal of development planning. On his part, the executive chairman of the National Population Commission, NPC, Nasir Kwara, urged the international community and relevant partners to collaborate with the commission in realizing the dream. The Nigerian military has dismissed the allegations that its personnel were involved in oil theft and bunkering in Niger Delta. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASAN, had decried on Wednesday that it was tired of producing oil that would eventually be stolen by thieves despite the protection of pipelines by security agencies. Speaking to newsmen in Abuja on Thursday, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Jimmy Akpo, said the allegation was unfounded. Meanwhile, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Mustafa Damadami, had earlier said that tactical surveillance troops of the military arrested a Boko Haram informant, Mahmouda Usman, popularly known as Bado, in Asokoro, Abuja. The director said the informant ran an errand for a suspected high-profile Boko Haram terrorist commander in Kaduna, who is on the tracking list of security agencies. And meanwhile, 3 children have been reportedly killed in a building collapse due to heavy rain which lasted for hours at Jigawa Sada, Dutse local government area of Jigawa State. The victims were identified as 6-year-old Farida Idi, 3-year-old Maria Idi, and 18-month-old Bilikisu Yaya, all of Yakasai Jigawa Sada village. A statement by the State Public Relations Officer Lawan Shisu Adam said the victims died on the spot, noting that on receipt of the report, detectives moved to the scene and rushed them to the General Hospital in Dutse, where the medical doctor on duty certified them dead. He added that the corpses had been released to the victims' relatives for burial. can follow all our programs live at Bracketed TV on channel 110 and Human Rights TV on channel 113, all on TSTV. You can also catch us live on the internet on YouTube and Facebook with the handles Human Rights Radio TV and Bracketed TV. Stay connected to the station redefining broadcasting. Now to the rest of the news. King Charles III says that the death of Queen Elizabeth II on Thursday will be felt by people across the world. The new king, whose title has been confirmed by Prime Minister Liz Truss, paid a tribute to his late mother in a statement, describing her demise as a moment of the greatest sadness for him and all the members of the royal family. Elizabeth II was Britain's longest reigning monarch, and the late Commonwealth leader served as head of state for over 70 years. Charles said he would be comforted and sustained by the knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was widely held. His wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, is now the Queen and will be crowned alongside Charles at his eventual coronation. Formerly known as Prince of Wales, the 73-year-old monarch, who was married to the late Lady Diana Spencer, served in the Royal Air Force. And now to business news. The president of the African Development Bank Group, Akinwumi Adesina, said the bank would provide $12.5 billion to support the Africa Adaptation Acceleration Program, AAAP. The AFDB boss disclosed this in a statement, noting that the AAAP is Africa's own program supported by African heads of state to mobilize more resources for climate change to advance the objectives of the African Adaptation Initiative. He explained that the African Development Bank and the Global Center on Adaptation are mobilizing $25 billion for the program, which is the largest ever climate adaptation efforts globally, to which the African Development Bank has already committed $12.5 billion. Speaking during the recently concluded Africa Climate Adaptation Summit held in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, Adesina said Africa does not contribute more than 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions, but suffers disproportionately from the negative consequences. And now to sports news. Samuel Chukwueze has provided an assist as Villarreal defeated Polish club Lech Poznan 4-3 in their UEFA Europa Conference League clash on Thursday night. Chukwueze netted the opener in the 32nd minute after he was set up by Johan Monica, while the winger set up Alex Bernard for the third goal 5 minutes after the break. Alex scored a burst, while former Arsenal midfielder Franco Klein scored the other goal. Samuel Chukwueze has scored 1 goal in 5 appearances across all competitions for the Yellow Submarine this season. Unai Emery's side will face Hapoel Beersheva in their next game in the competition. And still in sports news, the EFL has postponed 2 fixtures that were slated for Friday as a mark of respect following the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Burnley was scheduled to face Norwich City in the Championship, while Tranmere Rovers was expected to welcome Stockport County in League 2. The EFL added that the rest of this weekend's fixtures will be decided following a review of the official morning guidance, in addition to further consultation with DCMS and other sports. The Premier League is yet to officially confirm if this weekend's fixtures will go on as scheduled. And to end the live news updates on Human Rights Radio and Television, here is a recap of the main stories. President Muhammadu Buhari mourns Queen Elizabeth II as she dies at 96. Nigerian military denies involvement in alleged oil thefts. 3 children killed as building collapses in Jigawa State. On the foreign scene, King Charles III says Queen Elizabeth's death will be felt by countless people worldwide. In sports, Samuel Chukwueze scores and bags assist in Villarreal's win against Lech Poznan. This bulletin was produced by Novlin Nwankwo at the newsroom with Mohammed Sani Babangida at the MCR of the Human Rights Media City News Center. I am Harirat Ismaila. Good afternoon.